gonna go right here. So this right here is this right here, guy, is a very it's a very basic plan. This is the next house that we're doing, and we're doing this one over in Birmingham. Um, let's go to this downstairs. Let's go to this upstairs right here. All right, so we're in this upstairs. And what we want to do is I want to know, I'm going to focus in. Let's go. Is this the master bedroom? Yeah, this is the master bedroom right here. I can kind of, let's see. Here. All right, this is the master right here. All right, so what we want, I want the amount of drywall. So we're trying to get the drywall for master bedroom. All right. Do you guys know what kind of, well, so in order to find the, can you guys give me an idea? What are we gonna do? Can anybody tell me what are we gonna do? What, y'all know what drywall is, right? Jeez. Let me turn this phone on. Y'all know what drywall is, right? Y'all cool with that? And where does the drywall go? You know all the areas it go.
Walls and ceilings.
Walls and ceilings. Walls, ceilings. Well, the ceilings is not going to be bad, guys, because all what we're going to need is we're going to need the square footage. We're gonna need the so we're going to need the square footage of the ceiling, square feet of the ceiling, and also we need the total square feet of the wall. That's what we're going to need in order to figure this out. Does that make sense? The next thing you need to know, so the ceiling is not going to be bad because it's simply going to be length times width. Okay, so we have it right here, and I'm going to just go right here. So we have the length, and then we also have is this right here the width? I can't. He's not calling it. And this is going to be another thing, man. Sometimes these guys just don't call out my dimensions the way I need to be called out, and that's going to be based on the plan designer. But he does actually call it out right here. You see that? You see that? Because it goes from right here to right here, and this one right here goes from right here to right here. So that gives me the dimension. Does that make sense? And I always like to, when I'm dealing with these guys right here, I typically go ahead and round off to the nearest foot. Okay. So in this case right here, this right here, the ceiling, we're gonna have 12 by 11, 12 feet by 11 feet. I probably need to pull out my calculator here. And I probably should know that by heart. That's 132 square feet, right? So we got that. Now we got to do the walls, okay? So we do the walls. We know we got so here we know we got this right here that's basically 11 feet. So we got 11 feet here, and so we're gonna have 11 feet here, right? And then here, and guys, I'm just gonna, the door. Typically, the way the guys, let me just show you how the guys do the sheetrock on the door. So, guys, if this right here is the door, let me grab me a little space over here. So, guys, if this right here is a door, right? This is a door. Well, when the guys run a sheetrock, what they're gonna do is they're gonna run that sheetrock all the way across, just like this right here. They'll run a board right here. You see what I'm saying? They run a board however high it is. They'll run a board like this right here. Does that make sense? And what they'll do is they'll get something, and they'll come here. and they'll get that little hammer, that little thing that they use to cut, and they'll cut this right here out right here. You guys will see that when if some of you guys take the interior exterior class, we lay sheetrock, and so this is what we do. This is what the guys are gonna do. So you're really wasting that whole board. That's really just waste. Okay. So we're gonna include this. These little spots like this right here, we include that in our board that we need to buy when we get our sheetrock. Does that make sense? Questions on that? So this right here is going to be, over there is going to be what, 12 feet? We got 12 feet here, and then we also have 12 feet here. The next thing, what else do we need to know? So we got, just kind of go right here, guys. We're gonna have, I'm kind of write it. I'm gonna go right here. So I got 2 times 12 plus 2 times 11. Make my little mathematical equation. Y'all understand where I got that from? Okay, which is going to end up being 24 plus 22, which is equal to that 46 feet. What else do I need? What's going to be, what do I need? So I got the length. What do I need now to figure out the square footage of sheetrock on that wall? What do I need? What's the critical thing that I need? Come on, guys. What's a mandatory detail that I'm gonna need? I got the length all the way around that room.
You got to know the height.
I got to know the height. What's the height of that room? Well, now I'm looking at my plans. It's probably gonna be 8 feet. I don't see it. I don't see this guy. Hold up. Let me see if this guy right here got in the notes here. Cross bridging, midpoint span 8 feet. That's not telling me anything. I don't see ceiling height here, which I probably should have already had that figured out. Ceiling joists. You know, I guess I got to just sit down here and read this guy right here, notes right here. But I'm looking for the height. I see 10 feet, but that ain't got nothing to do with the height. I'm just gonna say, let's just say 8 feet. Oh, you know where I can find the height at? Tell you where I can find the height at. Let's go backwards. Let's go. Let me see. By the way. Yeah, here we go. Let's say, I hope that don't erase everything, guys. Let me go back here. Then I'm gonna go right here. This right here can tell me what my height's gonna be. Let me, so this right here should tell me what my height is. And look like it's 8 feet. Y'all see that? Ain't that beautiful? That's beautiful, ain't it? So the height is going to be 8 feet, 8 feet down and 9 feet in the basement. So it's going to be 8 feet. So man, that helps out a whole lot. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to grab this guy again. Then we're going to come here. We're going to look at it. All right. So there we go. So the height is going to be 8 feet. So we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply this guy right here times 8 feet, which is going to give us and we can punch that in. So we got 46 times 8. That's 368. That's feet squared, right? Questions on that, guys? Are there any questions on that? Then what we're gonna do here is, guys, we're gonna add these two guys right here. We're gonna come right here, we're gonna, shucks, that 132? 132. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come here and we're gonna add this guy and that guy. And that's gonna give me the total square footage in that room. Does that make sense? So we got 132 feet squared plus 368 feet squared. That's gonna equal to, guys, I shouldn't be using calculators on this one. Ain't nothing wrong with using calculators, man. I don't use my brain power to try to memorize stuff like this. That's 500 square feet. You can actually write it like this right here, square feet. Sometimes you see it like that too, guys, 500 square feet. So that's the total square footage of drywall we're gonna need in that particular room. Mind you, I also, there's little places I excluded this right here. This is waste, and this is waste because when the guys, here's another little waste over here. Because and got a little bit more waste over here. Because when the guys are, when they're putting that sheetrock up, they're gonna cover all that up on one board. Does that make sense? They're gonna cover it up, and then they're gonna cut it out. And it looks better because you have less seams. You don't want to have seams everywhere, guys. You want to, matter of fact, you really want to just have two seams on here. Now in this case right here, if I'm dealing with an 8 feet ceiling, I'm probably going to do the 4 by 12 boards. 4 by 12 boards. Those are not stretch boards. Those are regular boards because we're going to run them horizontally. Does that make sense? And my seam is going to be right there in the middle. Right there, mid-height at 4 feet is going to be where my sheetrock seam is going to be. And I don't know if you guys understand how sheetrock is made, but when you look at sheetrock, if you look at the edges on the long side, it's actually beveled in like this right here a little bit. So if this is a whole board right here, you see how it's beveled in right here? And that way, when you put the other board up here, it's beveled in like this right here, looks like this, so that when you guys come through and you put your mud on here, you see how your mud is gonna fill this hole up. It's gonna fill all this right here and make it smooth. That's how the sheetrock is made, guys. That way, when they put a couple of different coats, but they put their tape on it, put a couple different coats of mud, and that way, if they do it right, you won't even be able to tell that there was a seam right there at mid-height. Okay. All right. So now we use the 4 by 12s, right? Which is each one of these right here. That's 48 square feet. I'm going to divide this right here by that 48 square feet. That's going to give me how many boards I need. Does that make sense? Questions? I'm going to come here and I got divided by 48. So it looks like I'm going to need, in that particular room, guys, I'm going to need 10.41. We're going to say approximately. I like to use this right here. Approximately 10.41, which I'm just going to go ahead and just say we're going to need 11 boards. In that room. Questions? Questions? Are you guys sure? You could almost, like say for instance this room right here. Well, they're different. I was going to say this room right here. This room right here is almost about the same size as that room. So if you use quote, now if it were me, now the way I do mine, guys, when I'm quoting when I'm doing my quote for my house, right? I go to each one of these rooms and quote this thing out. I go to this room right here, and I do the same thing I just got finished doing. Find all the drywall right here. Now let me ask you this right here. What's gonna happen? Let me see how smart you guys are, man. See if y'all can break the code on this right here. What's gonna happen right here? What's gonna happen right here and right here? What's the issue right there? Well, what do you see? What do you see there? What's coming out of those fixtures? When you turn them on, what's coming out of them? Water.
Thanks, guys.
Water.
The next question comes from George from Canada.
Yeah, water's coming out of them, right? So what does that mean we got to do? Well, we're going to use regular sheetrock on those fixtures? No, they need to be, the mold resistant drywall. Now, typically, now if I got now if this was a shower, this is not a shower. I usually just leave it off, and if I got tile there, I usually just leave that off and just let the guys do backer board, half-inch backer board. But you guys are gonna have to have some mold resistant sheetrock. So when you're calculating this right here, for your regular sheetrock, you don't want to calculate that type of sheetrock there. That's a different type of sheetrock. Okay. And anywhere that you got, a lot of water coming in. But guys, this, if it were me, I would do each one of my rooms like that. So like, say for instance, here, I may get 11. Then I would check this room right here out. I'll do the same thing here. I do the same thing in the hallway. I calculate the same thing in the kitchen. This big room right here, I do it all the same way. This room right here, that room, this room right here, that closet. And I do the same thing on every last one of those rooms. And that's gonna tell me damn near exactly how much drywall I'm gonna need. If you do that, guys, when you get down to the end, guys, you ought to be within 2 to 3 boards of what those drywall guys should use. Now, mind we already calculating the waste in with all the doors and stuff. Does that make sense? So the waste is already calculated in there. The drywall guys are going to charge you guys by the board in most cases. This is what they're going to charge you by right here. This is how they're going to charge you. And typically drywall guys, now you can say square footage, but they don't deal with, see, every board they got to handle is what they're going to charge you for. They got to pick this board up. Now see, if they just charge you by square footage on the wall, they're not really charging you for the waste, which becomes a problem for them. Because in their mind, I'm handling this board. I got to pick this board up. And every waste that I cut off, you're not paying me for that waste. That's why you can't do them like that. So I like to think about their payment, not by square foot. I like to think of their payment as by board, per board, okay? And like in this case right here, I think now here's the number that you can use, Zach, right here. I think it's maybe about $23 a board is what the rate is right now. So in this room right here, you're probably looking at $23 per board. Which in this case right here, that room right there, 23 times 11, it's gonna cost me about $253 to drywall. Oh, man. $253 to drywall that room. Now, when I say drywall, I mean mud, tape, mud, finish. And that's about 2 to 3 coats of mud. Okay. It's probably gonna be, if those guys are good, man, it's gonna be 2. They only gonna need 2. They're gonna mud it, they're gonna come in, they're gonna sand it, they're gonna clean up, they're gonna mud again, they're gonna sand it, they're gonna clean up again, then you're ready for your trim carpet. Questions on that, guy? Anybody? You guys good? Hey, we've been in there an hour already. Dang. All right. So you guys' job would be to go through each one of these rooms and do what I just did right there. I'm going to put these plans on Blackboard. And what's day? Thursday. I want you guys to text me or send me what you got for all the rooms. Add it up. Let's see if y'all can get close to what I got. I'll put it out there on Blackboard as an assignment. See y'all can get close to what I got. So that's drywall, guys. Y'all got any questions? Anybody got questions? You guys straight? Okay. What if I was what if I took this same house, guys, and I said, hey, I need to do siding on this house right here. I took the same house and I needed to calculate what kind of siding. Siding, guys, is now this house right here is gonna be vinyl siding. So I need to put vinyl siding on this house right here. It's kind of practically the same way. So what you would do, and I'm just thinking about this right here as we go, guys. So this right here, let's say we did do vinyl siding. I would go right here and I would use this guy now. This would be the guy that I want to use on this right here. Now, I would use this right here to calculate that. Now, on our house, the one that we actually do in the field is going to be a little bit different, man, because, you know, we're gonna step this right here down, okay? And then we're gonna do vinyl siding. We're gonna do vinyl siding everywhere else. Like this would be vinyl siding. All this would be vinyl. This would be the same as this, okay? So now on something like this right here, guys, if I'm trying to figure out vinyl siding, what I would do is kind of get this guy right here. And let's just say we're dealing with this right here. We're gonna do it just like this right here. Skip what I'm trying to do. All right. If we did vinyl siding, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna get the square footage of this right here, guys. I'm gonna get that square footage, which I know is I'm gonna have 8 feet. Well, you can look at it right here, 8 feet. Then I need the distance from right here to right here, which is I need to go back to my other plan. I need to go back to my other plan. Let me see how wide this thing is. So if I go back to my other plan, sometime I had to, in this case right here, I wasn't able to put all the plans on one page like I did the other one. So looks like we got 24 feet and the long side is 36 feet. So somebody remember that for me so I don't forget. 24? And that's the short side and the long side is 36. So if I was doing vinyl siding on this guy right here, on this particular guy, is this clear? Yeah. So what I would do, this is the short side. So what is that, 24? So I multiply these two. So that's 8 times 24. Anybody got a calculator? Where's my calculator? What you get? So that's 192 square feet. 192. Getting this thing kind of jacked up here. 192 feet squared. So we got that part, but now you got to add this part right here. What do we need right here? So we do. Did you guys remember how to do triangles? Y'all remember the area of a triangle? So the area of this guy right here, this is a rectangle, guys. And the area of a rectangle is area is equal to base times height. right? So we had the base and we had the height. That's how we got the 192. What's the area of a triangle? Huh? Base times what? Base times width times. That's the volume. Length times width times height. That's it. What's the area now? We want to find area. So area don't go in that. We're just looking at area. Huh? Triangle. It's going to be 1/2 base time height. All right. So I'm going to come here. I got 1/2. I got the base. The base is 24. But I don't know what the height is. It may give us the height on one of these things right here. Let me see if we get the height of that roof right there. Don't look like it's going to give me the height, guys. Let me see. It's not giving me this height right here. So if it's not giving me this height right here, this is what I need right here. It's not giving me this height right here. What is my next option to find out what that height is?
You can always do that measuring, use that scale.
That's gonna be your option, guys. You're gonna use. You notice down here, guys. Thanks, Zach. Notice right here. This right here says for every now the only way this is gonna work, guys, is you got to have a full working set of plans, 24 by 36 inches. Those plans we roll out. If you don't have that, and you gotta, if it's small or something like that, it's gonna throw you all the way off. So you got to have a full working set of plans, and you take that tape measure, that ruler, and you stick it on there and you measure it. And for every 1/4 inch, it's gonna be a foot. Now there's another way I can find this thing. If you're a mathematician. There's another way. What else? What do I have right here? Let me see if I can get you guys to think, man. What do I have right here that I could use? Boy, this is beautiful. Golly, what do I have? It's sitting right here, right in your face, looking at you, talking to you. There you go. There you go. You got that bad boy right there. You got that bad boy right there. So, and I'm going to use proportions, guys. Now, guys, if you don't feel comfortable with your math, don't do this right here, guys. I'm finna go in, man. You got to take cover. All right. So if you don't feel comfortable doing this right here, man, you guys may want to hold out on this right here. But notice that what this 612 means is for every 12 units that I run, I go up 6 units. Every 12 feet that I run, I go up 6 feet. Which means that if you look at this right here, yeah, and this right here is just as simple as it gets. So what that means is if I go all the way across from one end to the other end, right? Y'all check this out. Hold on for you, right? I got this right here. I'm recording, so you guys can look at it. I don't want y'all to miss this right here. Catch this right. All right. So when I go from here, guys, all the way to here, that's 24 feet, right? If I go from here to here, that is 12 feet, right? So for every 12 feet that I run, I do what? I go up 6 feet. So this right here got to be 6 feet. Y'all see that? That helps you out. So now you can go ahead and plug this guy in, man. We can come here. We can plug this guy in right here. Well, I can erase him first. Let me see. Come on, buddy. I can erase him right here. And I can plug in my 6 feet right there. Okay. Which would be, it end up being, so we end up being 12 times 6. What's 12 times? Oh, do y'all know how to get 12 times 6 just then that quick? What did I do? No. How did I go from here to here? How did I go from that 24 to that 12 right there? I reduced it. I did. I came here, and I 2 are going to 24 12 times. So now I got 12 times 6 is what, 72? Did y'all do y'all time? Did y'all have to stand up at the board when y'all were young, man, and say your time? Y'all didn't have to do that thing. Are y'all serious? Y'all joking?
Our teacher ain't make us learn the 12. She said, y'all know the ones and twos and everything else, so don't worry about the 12.
Hey, but Zach, did you have to stand up in front of the class and recite them?
Yeah, we did.
See, my young guys don't. What y'all? Millennials or Z? Which one of y'all? What group are y'all with? Now I'm an X. Huh? You Z? Yeah. You might be a millennial. Huh? That's just that's your generation group that you're with. So you got the group before me with the baby boomers, like the Donald Trumps and stuff like that. Knew that I rang a bell. Yeah, he's a baby boomer. And the baby boomers created the Gen X's. The Gen X's are the ones who the parents just told them to go, and we had to go fend for ourselves and figure things out on our own. And then we had it so hard as Gen X's. We had it so hard. What we did was we tried to make it easy for our kids. So you had the helicopter moms, and like my wife, she just, we can't do this right here. And she was trying to raise the kids out of a magazine. And what the magazine say, you're not supposed to do this right here to the kids, and you're not supposed to whoop them, and you just talk to them and put them in the corner. And so that was my generation. We made our generation, that's you, right? That's you, right? Yeah. So we made them weaker. Yeah, we spoiled. And then they made the Zennials, which is, I think you're a Zennial. Okay. Yeah. Y'all just don't care about that. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying they don't, man. They don't care nothing about getting in debt. They don't care nothing about nothing. They don't care. You know, who cares? I'd rather go have a party and have a good time right now, and I pay my bills some other time. See, that's how they think. All right, guys. So this right here is 72, right? Yeah, 72. So we're gonna add these two right here up. So we got 192 plus 72, which is gonna mean, where's my little calculator here? So we're gonna have 192 plus 72. That's 264 square feet. I say feet squared. So this is the number that I'm dealing with. So guys, and this is just for this side. This is just for this side right here, guys. Just this side. Just right there. You guys are gonna have to do the front. You gotta do the back. You gotta do the other side. Now you can multiply this by 2 to handle the other side, right? So that times 2, that times 2 will get you the other side, correct? And so you do the front and the back, and you know how much square footage you got to lay siding or to install side. Questions? Let me just make sure, man. I don't want to go over, man. I feel like I'm. What time we came here? Oh, okay. We got a little time, guys. Okay, good. All right. Y'all good on that? Let me all right, let me break this down right here. So this right here, so if we were doing this house right here, guys, it shouldn't really be hard finding, let me get right here, the shingles, the amount of shingles. Okay. Let's do this again. So we're gonna do this a little bit different. So we need to figure out, this thing right here won't go down. I need to figure out how many shingles on this thing right here, guys. You kind of already got what you need. Golly, this might get a little bit more complicated than I thought. Let me just think through this right here. I'm kind of doing this impromptu, man, but I want to find this area right here. I want to find how much shingles that I got. And if I find this front, on this house, since this house is so basic, guys, if I find the front, I probably also got what else? If I found the front, that's probably gonna give me the back. Does that make sense? Questions? You guys ready to go in? We're finna go in again. All right, this might hurt a little bit, guys, but we can make this happen. All right. So here's what I need now. So I want y'all to look at this right here, guys. Let me get this right here out of the way. Now I want you guys to think about this right here when you guys are calculating. I don't want you guys to be the type of people, if you guys are doing estimates, to just stick stuff in software and just let the magic happen. You guys need to understand the math behind this. All right. Which I'm trying. All right, so now I need the area of this whole guy right here. That's what I'm trying to find out. And whatever that area is going to be, I'm going to multiply it by 2, and that's going to give me the front and the back. Does that make sense? Questions on that? Now, one thing I do know, what do I know? I know the distance from here to here. Don't I know that? What is it going to be? You gave it to me. Huh? Yeah, I said the short side, what's the distance of the short side? 24, but this is the long side, so what is that? Now, here's the issue right here. That's 36 from here to here. Does that make sense? I need the distance from here to here. What must I add to it? Come on, guys. Come on now. Look at it again. So you guys got to catch all these little things. If it's from 36 from right here to right here is 36, we're gonna move out 1 feet on each side. Does that make sense? So that means I got to take 36 plus 2 feet, and that'll give me the distance from there to there. Does that make sense? So this right here is actually 38 feet. Are there any questions? Question. What's the distance? So I got that. What's the distance from here to here? Y'all hear this little thing making noise? What is that? Make jump out at me, man. Y'all had to drag me out of here, buddy. All right. How can I find that number right there? This is what I'm looking for. Anybody got any ideas and suggestions? I gotta get, if I got that, I got it. That's length times width. Boom, I got that roof. Double it, boom, we got most of the roof. We still have to deal with this little part up here, that A-frame, that little portion there. But help me with this right here, guys. How can I figure that out? How can I figure that? Not the A-frame, but the other red. Help me. What do I know? I do know, let me just jump at it, guys. I do know that this right here is 12 feet, right? I do know that this right here is 6 feet, right? So how can I find this right here? What is that called? Isn't that a right triangle? Right?
So you finna make us do some algebra?
Man,
Or is that now that's geometry?
I told you I was going in, man, but this is the algebra that you guys remember from
I
back in
think
the day,
that's
man.
1/2 times base times height.
Nope, that's the area now. We gotta
Okay.
I gotta find this right here, guys. I have this right here is 12 feet, which is one side of that triangle. I got 6 feet on the other side of the triangle, and those are the two legs. And the hypotenuse is on the other side. So remember that Pythagorean theorem said that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the both of the legs, the sum of both of the legs squared. You guys remember that? You guys remember that?
Nope.
Yeah. Do you remember Pythagorean theorem? The Zennials do.
And the highest thing I took was geometry.
I
I said the
did.
highest thing I took was geometry.
Yeah, I did a video on when I was teaching math, I did a video on math about I had a teacher named Miss Peterson. She was my geometry teacher, man. She inspired me to be what I am. I mean, she really did, man. She's one of the best. You guys gotta go look at that. It's called, the name of that video is called The Skill. She taught me math became a skill. So I get good at it. All right, but this right here is the Pythagorean theorem. You guys look that up. Which means that h squared, I'm saying the hypotenuse squared, is equal to, we'll just say that's a, so we got 12 squared plus 6 squared, right? So now we have, I'm gonna solve this. H squared is equal to 144 plus 36. Y'all with me on that? So we're gonna keep going. Let me see, 144 plus 36, that's 180. Is equal to 8 squared. Now the way you solve this equation right here is you take the square root of both sides. Does that make sense? I don't know if you guys done that, but we're gonna take the square root. Oh man, come on, thing. This is 8 squared, by the way, guys. So I'm gonna take the square root of this and take the square root of that. Square root. So what the square root means is, what number can you multiply by itself and get that number? That's what that means. So this right here, the square root of itself, the square root of something squared is just that number. So I got h is equal to, I'm gonna plug this in. And guys, if you got an iPhone, everybody can't get no iPhone, you know what I'm saying? If you got an iPhone, if you take that iPhone and you turn it sideways like this right here, so some of y'all ain't did that right there yet. But if you turn it sideways, you can take that one, you can punch in 180, and then you can hit the square root sign. Where that suck at? That is right there. And you're gonna get, it's gonna be approximately, I use the approximation sign, 13.4 feet. That's the number that I'm trying to get. Okay. So this guy, so I'm gonna come over here, we're gonna come back over here. Now, so this guy right here is 13, this right here is 13.4 feet. So we almost got it. So now I'm gonna say, so the area is equal to 38 feet times 13.4, which is equal to, the phone won't act right. Let's see, 13.4 times 38. That's gonna be 509.2 feet squared. I'm gonna multiply that by 2, which is gonna give me the front and the back. That's gonna be 1,018.4. Does that make sense? Questions? Questions? Now, I know y'all like, man, we gotta be done right now, but so I'm gonna put that up for a minute. Still not finished yet, guys. I'm gonna come right here I got to find this right here, guys. The area of this right here. Let me just go to the other side. So I got to find the area of this guy right here. Does that make sense? The problem is I need to find the distance. Ooh, this is going to be tough right here. The problem is I could probably find this distance from here to here, from here to here, but I don't know what that distance is right there. I don't know. And in this case right here, we may jump into some guesstimation going on here. I may have to end up guesstimating. It's not giving us a distance. Have we got any call outs anywhere else? Let me see. We're trying to get call outs. See, this right here is not giving us any distances. It's not giving us a distance from here all the way to here. It's not giving us that. What can I find that? I can find that link though. I can find that link. These guys must don't think I got classes at night. I can find that link. I can go. Let me go back to my other thing right here, and I may need y'all to help me pull these numbers. It's right here. There we go. Oh, let's go right here. All right, there we go, right there. 8 feet. Right there. Uh-oh. Used the wrong one. Let me see. Erase that. Let's use oh shucks. Thought I was doing something when I did that. That's the number right there. It's 8 feet. So that little piece is 8 feet, but God, I don't know how far this thing go inside of the house. You know, I don't know. So we got that. And then we also got this right here, the distance from here to here is also 8 feet. So we got a lot of 8 feet going on right here, man. So that's a good thing, right? You guys okay? I ain't scaring y'all, though. God, no, I might be scaring some of y'all. I'll probably be scaring myself. I might need to upload this on my come on, buddy. All right. Then we'll upload this right here on my members channel. This right here class right here. I think I will. All right. So here we go right here, guys. So I know that from here. Let me move this right here. Let me move this guy right here. Let me move right there. I know that from here to here, that's 8 feet, right? Problem is I don't know this distance right here. I really don't know that distance right there. And if I was doing that one right there, guys, there's no way I can look at these plans and tell that. I would have to have a tape measure and run it. It looks like it's about 7 feet, though. I'm just gonna say 7 feet. All right. So the next thing I gotta find this right here. This, dang it, come on, buddy. I gotta find this distance right here. I don't know what that distance is. You looking like, man, you finna go in again. All right, let's see if we can find that distance. But that distance right there, guys, is gonna be, it's gonna be right here, guys. It's right here. This is what I need to find. Okay. I know that from what you gonna say, from here to here, that's 8 feet, right? Golly, guys, I don't want to do this right here, but I'm gonna have to do it. I know that if I go right here to the middle, if I go right here to the middle right here, that's gonna be 4 feet. Can y'all agree with that? That's gonna be a little bit more. It's probably gonna be this right here, a little bit right here, because 8 feet goes from here to here. So if you go from here to here, that's actually gonna be 5 feet. So let me take that away. It's gonna be 5 feet. I need to know this height right here. If I get that height, I can use Pythagorean theorem again, and I can find the other one. Is there any way I can find that? Huh? That height. It's gonna be something else, guys. It's gonna be a little bit different here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go here. I can use this right here again, but I got to use it in a different way. I can use it proportions. So this right here, so 12 is to 10. Remember that the run, this is the run, and this is the height, right? Rise and run. This right here is my rise. Come on, baby. This right here is my rise. All right, so we got rise over run. Let me just do it like that. So my rise here is gonna be 10 feet, right? So my rise is gonna be 10, and then my run is gonna be 12 feet, right? And we setting up another proportion. So in this case, my run, this right here is my run. So that's gonna be 5 feet, right? But I don't know what my rise is. That's what I'm looking for, right? So I can use what you call proportions. I don't know if you guys remember this right here back in the day. I can use these proportions right here and figure that out. So I have 12x is equal to, so this time this is equal to this time this. Is equal to 10 times 5. Or 12x is equal to 50. We're going to divide both sides by 12, solve for x. So x is equal to, I just right here want to act crazy. So x is going to equal to, I got 50 divided by 12. It's going to be about 4.2. 4.2. So this right here is going to be 4.2. Woo! Well, y'all gonna have nightmares tonight, buddy. All right, so that's 4.2. So let me transfer it over here now. Let me see. So this right here, guy. This right here, guy. This is gonna be 4.2. That's 8. We got that. That's 7. This right here is 8. If you guys can't see this right here is actually making a what you call a. This is called a rhombus. This right here is called a rhombus, guys. And there's a the area of a rhombus. No, it's not a rhombus. This is a I'm sorry, it's not a rhombus. This is called a trapezoid. Trapezoid. And the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Okay. Whew. So we know that 1 is going to be 1/2. Base 1 in this case is going to be 8 plus base 2 is going to be these two added up. What's 8 plus 7? 15. And then my height is going to be 4.2. Let me multiply that out. Get my little thing right here. So I got 1/2. Let's see, 8 plus, it's going to be 23 times 4.2. 2 are going to 4.2. It's 2.1. So I got 23 times 2.1. It's going to be 48.3. And since I got two sides, I'm going to multiply that by, get tired of that. I'll multiply this by 2. That's going to be 96.6. So I'm going to add that 96.6. I'm going to add this guy plus that guy. That's going to give me 1,115 feet squared. This is how many square feet that's on that roof in all, which is actually equivalent to just about 11 squares. Or I'll just go ahead and round up 12 squares on that roof. 12 squares of shingles. Woo! Man, it's like a math class, don't it, man? God, dog. Boy, y'all can go home and say, man, you know, we really learned something here today. Boy, God, dog, this is some complicated stuff. Questions, guys. I got questions. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop it right there. Oh, man. Stop share. All right. All right, guys. Anybody got any questions? Y'all good? You guys have a good one. Thanks.